What's up, all you New Japan heads out there? Thank you for tuning in to another special G1 Climax edition of Chris Black's NJPW Report. I am the Natural Chris Black, one of the hosts of the Saturday Night SlamCasters podcast and independent professional wrestler. Today, I'm here to talk about Night 2 of the G1 Climax, pro wrestling's greatest tournament. And if you haven't already heard my review of Night 1, please stop on over to the channel and give that episode a listen as well. And since you're there, you might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way you are alerted whenever new episodes are uploaded. And I'll be uploading plenty because I am covering every single night of this tournament. I'm doing that for you. Be sure to support. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, with that being said, let's get right into the action. Tonight we're covering Night 2, which is the B block. Definitely not the B team. The first match, just like I said during my last review, instead of having all the opposite blocks mixed tag matches as their undercard, they decided to this year, because they wanted to limit the amount of wrestlers are at each show, to give that space to the Young Lions. So the Young Lions once again kicking off the night's festivities as we have Gabriel Kidd taking on Yota Tsuji. All right, this match, great match, good mat wrestling in the beginning. You can tell Tsuji was a little bit disappointed after losing last night, so he comes out a little more aggressive during this match. Gabriel Kidd is no slouch, as they both deliver some nice stiff shots to each other. This is an extremely hard-fought match. Both men don't want to lose. I still am not used to Tsuji's shaved face, but for some odd reason, he looks like a big, what was his name in WWE? The Buzzsaw. I don't know, he reminds me of him. So, like all the Young Lions, Kidd also likes to utilize the Boston Crab, so he locks in a single leg crab onto Tsuji, but Tsuji is able to escape by getting to the ropes. The crowd reaction was hot during this match. They were there for everything. They were eating it up. This crowd was loving it. I was loving it. In the end, though, we saw Tsuji drill Kidd with one of his signature spears. He locks in the Boston Crab, and learning from last night, decided to drag him into the middle of the ring before sitting down deep in the crab, having Kidd submit in 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, another great showing by these Young Lions. I enjoy watching them. This is a hell of an undercard. You can't complain. These guys are very talented. I can't wait until they graduate and we can really see what they become when we see some personality from them. All right, first match of the tournament, we have Juice Robinson, a returning Juice Robinson, taking on Yoshi-Hashi. And might I say, it was great seeing Juice back in the ring. A little bit of changes, though. He seems to have ditched the bright, flamboyant colors that Juice Robinson is normally known for. And instead, he's sporting a Blues Brother type look. You know, he's rocking the black suit with the white shirt, got the sleeves cut off, got the black tie, sunglasses, hair slicked back. He's looking like a 100% badass. I'm thinking, man, Yoshi about to get washed. But they start feeling each other out and started the match, you know, waiting for one or the other to slip up. Juice was the first one to capitalize, but not for long, as Yoshi-Hashi is able to find an opening and he drapes Juice over the ropes, gives him a nice drop kick that sends him right into the middle of the ring, hits a bunker buster for a near fall. Juice is able to fight back with some dusty punches and catches him with one of them really nice full Nelson slams. Juice goes to the top rope to set up for a superplex, and he's getting the crowd hot. He's getting them pumping. Man, Juice got a lot of charisma. I don't know what WWE was thinking when they let him walk away. He wasn't released. Juice walked away. And we see what he's become. Anyway, he sets him up for the powerbomb, but Yoshi-Hashi is able to reverse it, flipping over him in a sunset, lifting up Juice and delivering a devastating powerbomb. But that doesn't take Juice out of the match. He's able to fight back, and he attempts to deliver a left hand of God, but instead he eats a super kick as Hashi puts him into a butterfly hold submission, and he's got him in there, and he's cranking away. Juice is able to fight to the ropes. Yoshi-Hashi twists. He stands up, realizing that Juice might break out, and he decides to dump Juice with a backcracker. And then he heads to the top rope for a loose explosion senton bomb, and it's an extremely close 2 count. Juice once again fights up, is able to deliver a Juice Box Gutbuster, and he tries to set up the Pulp Friction, but is rolled up by Yoshi, and the crowd gasps because we thought it might have been over, or I don't know, maybe that was just me gasping. Anyway, in the end, we see Juice getting back up, nailing not 1 but 2 left hands of God, and delivers Pulp Friction for the win in 15 minutes 57 seconds. I gotta say, after that match, Yoshi put up one hell of a fight. Even though he fell short, much respect to that dude. I will never again look at him as, I don't want to call him a scrub, but just maybe low level or mid-carder. All right, in the next match, get some fun going here. We have Sonata taking on Yano. All right, time for a little bit of criticism. So Sonata's sporting a new mask and jacket, and although a lot of the internet was ranting and raving about this new look, I'm not digging it at all. I kind of like the old mask and jacket. You know, it just looked more badass. Just the bones, the bone shoulder pads. This new metallic mask and jacket, it looks kind of unfinished. Like his order wasn't done, but he needed to have something to wear for tonight. So he was just like, "Fuck it, I'll just wear what you got for me now, and we can finish it later." But that's just my opinion. I didn't expect this to be a long match, but I knew that I had to expect the unexpected because you can never count out Yano. If there's one thing I've learned about him, and the ref, he also knows what I'm talking about because he checks Yano and he finds rolls of tape stashed all in his ring gear. So when Sonata ties up with him, you know, as they're going through the motions, Sonata gets him into a waist lock and starts complaining because he finds more tape rolled up in Yano's tights. While Yano is distracted arguing with the referee, Sonata rolls him up, but Yano's able to kick out. He throws a bit of a hissy fit and then does what Yano does best, which is go for the turnbuckles, which Sonata sit backs and allows. But then he grabs hold of him and then rolls him around the ring until he gets real dizzy, and then Yano bails to the outside. When he does get back inside, because Yano kind of sat in a chair and just kind of was sitting out there waiting for Sonata to chase after him, but Sonata was like, I smell something fishy. So he waited in the ring. So by the count of 19, Yano had to quickly run back inside the ring. They each grab turnbuckle pads and do a little bit of dueling turnbuckles. Looks all fun and games until Sonata is thrown into one of the exposed buckles. But he does quickly recover and starts to march Yano up the aisle. And I'm wondering what is he doing? He can't win the match on the outside. But as he on the outside, Sonata puts Yano into the Paradise Lock, rolls him over. Yano cannot escape. So Sonata starts to slowly walk back to the ring. Then I realize that's what he's doing. He puts him in the Paradise Lock, which he can't get out of, and he's just going to win by countout. But for some odd reason, Umura decides to free Yano. Now, you know the Young Lions, they are kind of act as ring attendants. They kind of, sit around the ring and they help out where they can. Don't know why Umura felt the need to get involved in this match, but once Sonata sees that, he gets pissed and goes after Umura and starts to tie him up in a Paradise Lock. And while he's distracted doing that, Yano quickly grabs the last of his tape and wraps up Sonata's leg onto Umura's leg. And then he runs back into the ring. Umura and Sonata are not able to get up and run like the three-legged man race. So Yano wins by countout in 6 minutes and 16 seconds. I can't believe it. Sonata dropped the match to Yano, but like I said, you can never underestimate Yano. So the wily Yano gets away with another one, or steals another one's more like it. All right, let's get serious again. We have Hiroki Goto taking on Kenta. Kenta is still walking around with the right to challenge briefcase that he won in this year's New Japan Cup USA, where he has the right to challenge the US champion, which is now Jon Moxley. Not sure when that match is going to go down, maybe Wrestle Kingdom. This match could go either way, as both Goto and Kenta is more than able to win this match. At the start of the match, Kenta starts employing a bit of Jay White strategy and rolls out of the ring, trying to frustrate Goto. Goto is not having it, so Kenta has to get back in the ring and attempts to strike first, but unfortunately, Goto struck a little harder. Kenta bails. This time, Goto follows. Again, not a good idea. They're running in and out the ring until Kenta catches Goto slipping and starts putting the boots to him as soon as Goto attempts to roll back into the ring. Then he starts working on Goto's shoulder, throwing him into the ring barriers, throwing him into the posts. He starts to toy with Goto a little bit, kicking his arm and taunting him. Seems to have Goto at his mercy, so Kenta's being pretty cocky in this match. He begins just kicking the shit out of Goto. Man, Kenta's got some stiff kicks. Not exactly eating him up, but he's still forcing him to fight from underneath. Goto finally finds an opening and gets Kenta in a Fujiwara armbar, but Kenta's able to reach the ropes, so he has to break it. Kenta regains control of the match and hits a top rope double stomp. He goes to set up the go to sleep, but on the way down, Goto's able to catch the knee. Kenta instead tries to go for a game over, but Goto avoids it and attempts a GTR, which Kenta escapes. Puts Goto back in the game over, rolls him to the middle of the ring, and Goto has no choice but to tap out. 17 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, that match could probably have gone either way. Kenta kind of got the advantage once he started working on that shoulder. You got to learn, you can't trust Kenta, especially now that he's Bullet Club. In the next match, we had Evil taking on Zack Sabre Jr. And again, I don't think I can express this enough. I absolutely love this version of Evil. I'm so not into that whole Lord of Darkness gimmick that he had before. Ever since he switched over to Bullet Club, I've been a huge fan of Evil. As always, Dick Togo is accompanying Evil to the ring, who tries to get involved before the match starts by antagonizing Zack Sabre Jr., poking him in the chest. Zack grabs his arm and starts wrenching it, doing a little joint manipulation, but that causes Evil to jump him from behind, who takes the fight to the outside of the ring. And man, Evil put a beating on Zack Sabre Jr. on the outside. He was bouncing him off the guardrails, delivered a backbreaker on the floor, gets into the ring, exposes the turnbuckle, throws Zack into it, puts him in a single leg crab. I've never seen Zack. Zack was a very sympathetic face in this match because he was just getting his ass handed to him. But you can never count out Zack Sabre Jr. because he is a submission specialist. So he's able to find an opening, takes Evil down, executes a neck twist, and starts stretching Evil. I'm enjoying the back and forth fighting at this point. I've noticed that Zack isn't as cocky as he normally is. He realizes that Evil, he ain't bullshitting, and he needs to survive this match. Not win, but survive. Evil's able to hit a top rope suplex. After some more fighting, Zack is thrown into the corner. Red Shoes gets caught and then gets squashed by Zack. And come on, people, let's be honest. I'm pretty sure Red Shoes weighs more than Zack Sabre Jr., but whatever, ref goes down. So you know, here comes the shenanigans. Dick Togo and Evil double team Zack Sabre Jr. while the ref is down. However, Zack is able to hold his own, escaping a magic killer, but is once again thrown into the exposed turnbuckle. Evil drops Zack with the darkness falls as Red Shoes starts to recover and slowly counts 2 before Zack kicks out. Wanting to finish Zack off, Evil goes for everything is evil, but it is reversed into a Japanese leg clutch for the pin and the upset by Zack Sabre Jr. 14 minutes, 54 seconds, and Zack gets the hell out of Dodge after the bell rings. Again, I've never seen Zack Sabre Jr. like at the mercy of somebody else and just totally thrown off his game. Excellent match. Evil loses, but I mean, it's Zack Sabre Jr. I guess anything could happen. I'm not disappointed, but what a win for Zack. He just pinned a former double champ. But let's get into the main event. You have Naito, the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion, taking on Tanahashi. Okay, let me just add, if you don't know this by now, the point of this tournament is to find out who is to challenge the champion at Wrestle Kingdom. So if Naito wins the G1 Climax, he gets to pick his opponent. So keep that in mind. All right, as you can tell, when Naito comes out, you can tell that this match means business because he always busts out that nice white suit versus just wearing a jersey and a cap to the ring like he will, when he has a lot of his tag matches. Again, I'm wondering if Tanahashi's knee is going to play a factor in this match. Well, not even this match, this entire tournament, as this past summer, Tanahashi's, his weakness in his knees was exposed, especially by Suzuki-gun. But let's get to the match. Very good mat wrestling to start out with. Surprisingly, Tanahashi goes after Naito's legs, but I guess with both knees taped up, it kind of paints a target on Naito. Tana is able to apply a cloverleaf, but Naito escapes and rolls to the outside. There's a little bit of fighting on the outside as Tanahashi meets the guardrails as Naito rolls in, and Tana starts to get counted, rolls back right before the 20 count. Now Naito goes after the leg and the neck of Tanahashi, throwing in some submission moves. Of course, there's a rope break, but Naito doesn't break the hold, so the ref has to get in there and remove the leg. And I like how after Red Shoes breaks the leg by moving Naito's leg out of the way, he sells his arm like, man, it was hard to break that move. It's the little things, people, that make a big difference in wrestling matches. But good back and forth match. Definitely not the standard style or formula pro wrestling match. Normally pro wrestling matches, babyface shine, cut off, heel heat, false comeback, heel heat, false comeback, double down, comeback, go to the finish. No, we don't follow that formula in Japan. Instead, we have nice, competitive, back and forth matches. Loving it. Getting back to the match, Tana hits a high fly flow from the top rope to the outside, which is like a high crossbody. Nails Naito. Both guys are down. Tanahashi rolls in first. Now it's Naito's turn to try to beat the count as he rolls in at 19. Again, Tanahashi is viciously attacking Naito's leg as he's trying to get into the ring. Tanahashi delivers not one, but 2 dragon leg screws while Naito is still in the ropes. Tanahashi has Naito hurt as he applies the Texas Cloverleaf again, and he puts it up in a high angle, so a lot of the pressure seems to be on his neck as well as his legs. He was able to reach the ropes this time to break it, but at one point, it was like the ref was trying to ask Naito if he was going to give up. But Naito was kind of unresponsive, so I thought maybe the ref was going to call the match. But nope, he gets to the rope. Tanahashi nails Naito with a straight jacket German suplex, a very pretty looking straight jacket German, for an extremely close 2 count. So once again, I'm thinking Tanahashi's about to win. Now both guys are up, trading forearms. Naito wants to end this as he keeps trying to set up the Destinos, but Tana... these two are real familiar with each other, so Tana is able to keep countering. Tana misses a top rope frog splash and gets hit with, it kind of looks like a half-assed Destino. Doesn't quite get it all, but he nails it. Tanahashi is able to kick out. At this point, I think there might have been a botch, unless there's a move that I'm not aware of. But Naito goes up for the Destino, but it looks like Tanahashi loses his balance and almost drops him. So they complete the movement, but it's not as devastating. So I think they improvised, did another spot, set it up, and this time Naito hits it for the win, gets the pin at 27 minutes, 16 seconds. Only 3 minutes shy of having a time limit draw. Holy shit, what a roller coaster of a match that was. These two absolutely killed it. So, looking at the points, we have Naito with 2 points, Zack Sabre Jr. with 2 points, Kenta, Yano, and Juice Robinson all with 2 points, Yoshi-Hashi, Sanada, Hiroki Goto, Evil, and Tanahashi. Better luck next time. Maybe you can score some points on night 4, but today you walk away with that big old goose egg. All right, so I know most people are probably going to say that the Tanahashi and Naito was match of the night, and I'm not going to disagree. It was absolutely a fantastic match. Like I said, roller coaster. I was loving it. I was on the edge of my seat during most of the match. But I personally have to give match of the night to Evil versus Zack Sabre Jr. I absolutely love the story. I love the whole Evil turn. The heel versus heel dynamic, but Evil was the aggressor, and he was able to totally throw Zack off his game, and he actually wiped that smug look off of his face. Even in defeat, Zack Sabre Jr. looks like he was running for the hills at the end. So again, I'm giving Evil and Zack Sabre Jr. match of the night just on GP because of that. But that's gonna be it for today. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you get to listen to each and every one of my reviews. I'm covering every single night of the tournament, and you definitely don't want to miss that. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when all new episodes are uploaded. Links are in the description on how to follow me on all social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. As well as in the description, you will also find where to find the Saturday Night SlamCasters podcast. Follow us on Facebook, where we post news, updates, and direct you straight to all of our content. Subscribe to the podcast. We can be found on all podcasting platforms: Apple, Buzzsprout, Spotify, you name it, Google Play, Spreaker, whatever you call it. We're on that. We're on all them motherfuckers. Help spread the word. Let's build up our platform. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be back for night 3 of the G1 Climax tournament, and I'm out of here. Come get slammed.